Hey, good morning, everybody. Happy Sunday morning to y'all. So we've got quite a bit of information to go over this morning. We're likely going to do this again this evening, probably after the Super Bowl. Probably it'll be a little bit later this evening. I want to wait to see all the latest updates from the models as well as the new data that will be coming in tonight. But we have three storm systems that we are going to be watching for next week. Now, if you guys been following, I started kind of a new thing. I think this might be very beneficial for everybody. But on YouTube, as well as West Central Missouri Advisory page, I'm going to be, whenever we have impeding weather, like a winter storm that we've been talking about, or as we go into springtime ahead of a storm system that could bring us severe thunderstorms, by in between our live streams and updating on social media, I figured I could put some pertinent information onto a stream and let it run and update it continually through the evening into the overnight hours and kind of fill that gap so that regardless of what shift you might be working, regardless of what time of day it is, if we have some rough weather coming in, you're going to be able to go right to that page and get the latest information. So hopefully everybody found that useful. We're going to continue to do that here over the next few months and see how well that's perceived. And of course, we'll be doing our regular live updates like we're doing right now, as well as all of our updating on social media platforms. So, and of course, we've been talking about this since Thanksgiving. This week of storms that we are about to tackle for this week, thanks to the LRC. The LRC pinpointed two storm systems that we talked about back the week after Thanksgiving. One was January 5th and 6th, and the other one was going to be in about the middle of February. Well, of course, January 5th and 6th, that's when we got that 3, 4, 5 inches of snowfall and ice. Kansas City, they received over a foot of snow. Well, 41 days later, here we are. We're going to be going into Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday night, Saturday, and of course, a whole week of storms 41 days later. So, and that is the length of the cycle of the LRC for this year. So, pretty incredible how we were. I have it down on my calendar for for February 14th for Valentine's Day, and we're gonna have two systems roll in before Valentine's Day, and then we're gonna have one system come in the day after Valentine's Day overnight. So yeah, pretty impressive what the LRC can do. So good morning, Alan. Crazy Acres with us this morning. Hi, Greg. James Ordall, a new business entrepreneur here in Henry County. Big shout out to James. He is branching out on his own. So Joe Small Engine Repair. So right here in Clinton Mo. So congratulations, James, on and lots of good luck on your next endeavor. Of course, there's Mama Sub. She's out there as well. All right, so what we've got right here, guys, is going to be the anticipated timing and arrival of the snowfall this week. So kind of give you guys a good idea of what time frames that we are dealing with, because we're going to have some breaks in between these storm systems. So it's as far as the TSP has gone up to almost 90% this week. So the Pastor Snow Day, the PSP, is now sitting at 50% for next Sunday. So this is going to be a long duration, a week of winter weather. Just a reminder from old man Winter that he ain't done with us yet. So anyway, so of course we're going to go ahead and start to put this in motion today. We're going to have a mix of sun and clouds. We're not going to warm up very much today, only into the upper 30s for the high today. And then we'll go into Monday. Now we'll have this is going to be the weaker system of the three that's coming in Monday and Tuesday. So we're not going to get a whole lot out of this system Monday and Tuesday. But it could be we could get flurry snow showers for long periods of time between Monday afternoon and Tuesday, but the amount won't be all that impressive with storm number 1. So right now the latest American model is showing that right around noon, start to see some flurries here in west central Missouri, as well as the Kansas City metro area. And then we will kind of see that blossom as we go into the late afternoon, evening hours. And that's when I think we're going to see the heaviest snow out of this weakest storm system, if that makes any sense to you guys. So there's midnight. And then there's 6 a.m. Tuesday morning, 9 a.m., noon, 3 o'clock. We still have some snow showers in and around west central Missouri. There's 6 o'clock. And then finally, as we go through, probably about 10, 11 o'clock, most of the flurries will likely come to a stop. And we'll have a few hours of break. And then we will see storm system number 2 begin to move in. And this is the strongest of the 3 storm systems that will be coming in. This is where we're going to get the bulk of our snowfall. Now, between Monday and Tuesday, still expecting somewhere in the neighborhood of a couple inches of snow on average here in west central Missouri. Some of us might pick up an inch. Some of us might pick up a little bit more than 2 inches. But right around the 2-inch mark is what I'm expecting as far as the latest data coming across right now. And then storm system number 2 starts to come in early on Wednesday morning. And then, of course, you see a lot more of the brighter blues. Those are very heavy snow bands that will be rotating in and around west central Missouri. This is 9 a.m. Wednesday morning. You notice down around Springfield, Bolivar, Joplin, Neosho, and South, they're going to be dealing with some sleet and freezing rain during this time period. That's the reason why you see on my snowfall total map that they don't, they're kind of in that 1 to 3 inch total snowfall. And the reason, because they're going to be picking up a little bit more of the ice. And of course, that's going to lower the snow totals down just a little bit. And then we go to noon on Wednesday, 3 o'clock Wednesday, 6 o'clock, and it is finally out of here. Now, with this particular snow band that we have for system number 2, I'm expecting somewhere in the neighborhood of 3 to 5 inches of snowfall additional on top of what we received on Monday and Tuesday. So, you can see right now we're already talking up there between 4-inch and 8-inch snowfall totals here in west central Missouri. I'm going to show you what some of the models are spitting out here in a minute. I don't think we're going to be on that upper end. I still think it's going to kind of average itself out to around 4 to 8 inches, and that is set to possibly go up depending on what the data shows as we go closer to 10 o'clock tonight. And that's when we will see the short-term models being able to project out Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. And we'll be able to take a look at some real-time data, and we'll probably be able to narrow that snowfall total down a little bit further as we go into late tonight, like I said, right around the 10 o'clock time frame. And then we will go into Friday, in which we're looking decent for Friday for Valentine's Day. I think that might give us 18 hours or so for MoDOT road crews to go out, take care of the roads. I don't think there's going to be too many travel issues if you're planning on taking your loved one, significant other out for dinner. I don't think that's going to be a problem on Valentine's Day. I think that's going to give us just enough time for road crews to be able to get the roads in decent shape. Of course, we are going to be a lot colder. We're going to be back down into the teens as we go toward the middle and end of the week. So we're going to have to watch out for some icing at night, some black ice. So, but as far as travel, I'm not expecting a whole lot of problems for Valentine's Day. Now, if you keep an eye on this time frame up here, as we go through the day, this is 6 p.m. on Valentine's evening. And notice there's some flurries, some light snow showers up here in KC Metro, Lafayette County, Johnson County, Pettis County. I don't think that's gonna be too much of an impact on the roads at that time. This is 9 o'clock. Now, this is about the time that you probably ought to be thinking about coming home from dinner, getting yourself situated at home, because that's when things are going to start to kind of ramp up a little bit with storm system number 3. Of course, you see those brighter blues. Those are heavier snow bands. We might even have a mix of some freezing rain with that as well, and then turn into light snow showers, and finally it moves on off by about midnight on Saturday night. So a lot to go over on this, guys. We have 3 separate storm systems, and again, if we're gonna include Saturday potential snowfall as well, we could be, we could, overall total accumulation, we could be approaching that foot of snow in some areas. Now, I'm talking upper end now. There is potential that we stay just a couple degrees warmer on Saturday. If we don't get this number 3 storm system, it will just be rainfall for us here in West Central Missouri. We're right on the battlegrounds of the temperatures on Saturday. Now, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday storm systems, I'm not concerned with temperature. Temperatures are definitely going to be supportive for snowfall. But Saturday is kind of that's kind of the black sheep right now. Paying really close attention to Saturday, because if this does hold together and temperature stay where they need to be supportive of snowfall, we could easily be tagging on another 2 to 4 inches of snow with the snowfall on Saturday. So definitely want to keep up with what's going on Saturday. But overall, Valentine's Day was what I was concerned about. We got storm systems before, storm systems after. Right now, Valentine's Day looks like in good shape. Take a look here at chat here real quick. And then we'll take a look at what some of the models are showing for snowfall totals. Good morning, Brandon. Hi, Alan. Christine, bring on the snow. Go Kansas City Chiefs. Yeah, big game. You guys saw on my preview screen on the countdown, 104.9 KXEA, the Biz, right here in Clinton. They are going to be airing the Super Bowl on the radio over the airwaves starting at 4 p.m. So that's exciting in case you're stuck at work. If you're driving down the road, at least you'll be able to follow the Super Bowl this evening, Philadelphia Eagles and Kansas City Chiefs, and that coverage begins at 4 o'clock this afternoon. So good luck to the Kansas City Chiefs, of course. So let's take a look. Now, we are looking at the GFS. That's the American model. So far, the GFS has been doing very well with these storm systems. It's held pretty well solid now for about the last 5 or 6 days. So we'll kind of have to wait till tonight around 10 p.m. to really kind of see, we get some of those short-term models coming in and see if they are going to match up and in agreement with each other. So again, you don't want to get modelitis from this. I am taking a very conservative approach. I know how these things go. I take a look at the temperatures and how much moisture is going to be associated with this. Another big thing, the moisture has kind of held steady, how much moisture that we're going to get. The liquid variety coming up from the south. Now, what changes is going to be the temperature profiles. If we go up, say, 250, 300, 400, 500 feet above our heads, what is the temperature at that level? Where is the snow growth layer up above our heads? And what is the temperature of that layer? Because what is not consistent is the snow, rain, the conversion. Okay, we have a ratio, standard across the board, 1 inch of rain is 10 inches of snow. That's straight across the board under standard conditions. Now, the colder you are at those levels above our heads, the higher that ratio gets. So the lighter, fluffier snows is going to be when that temperature is, 2, 3, 4, 5 degrees under freezing at that snow growth layer. Now, the real heavy snows, the wet snows, as those snowflakes fall, they compress. So you don't get quite the snowfall totals on that. So, if it's right at 32 degrees, maybe 33 degrees, and snow, it's a very wet snow, those snowfall ratios are down 1 inch of rainfall equals 7 or 8 inches of snow. So that is what's not been consistent, has been the temperature profile. So the moisture's been there. We just got to find out in real time, and that's what the short-term models are going to help us with, what those temperatures are going to be above our heads, and that will give us a good idea what the ratio is going to be. So, this 4 to 8 total snowfall accumulation for West Central Missouri through Wednesday might go down to, say, 3 to 6, or it might go up to 6 to 10. It all depends on that ratio and what the temperature is doing above our heads. So that's another nightmare for forecasters, is not only knowing where the storm system is going to go and what the temperatures on the surface are going to be, but what the temperatures are 500 feet above our head in that snow growth layer, what the temperature is that's going to be, because that has all the impact on the ratios. So, but the moisture is definitely going to be there, and it stays consistent. We just got to find out what those temperature profiles are going to be, and hopefully we'll have a better understanding of that when we get to the 10 o'clock hour tonight with the new data rolling in. So let's take a look at the American GFS model. This is the latest model from this morning, and let's take a look at the snowfall projections. Now remember, don't catch modelitis with this. These numbers are going to be higher than what I'm forecasting, but this is going to be kind of the maximum potential of snowfall if everything goes perfectly. So let's just take a look at that here real quick. So, yeah, so through Saturday, it's it's showing 18.3 inches of snowfall and over 2 foot of snow just southeast of Kansas City in Cass and Johnson counties. 2 feet of snow, guys. So that is perfect conditions, maximum amount of snow according to the American model. Hi, Lindsay. They're saying 1 inch in the KC Metro Monday, Tuesday. Yeah, that's very realistic. That's very realistic. Like I said, 1 to 2 inches of snowfall is what I'm forecasting for us here in West Central Missouri for Monday, Tuesday time frame. And then the larger storm system comes in early Wednesday morning. Good morning, Janet. So, and again, this was just one model. This is the American model. It's been having a pretty good grasp on where these storm locations are going to go and the temperatures in which at the different elevations. So, and again, don't catch modelitis. This is just strictly data from the American model showing perfect conditions. This is the maximum amount of snow we could expect to receive if everything was perfect. So it is packing a punch. That's for sure. But these snowfall totals, I believe, are way too high for right now. We will definitely see this go down as we get closer to this evening when it starts sampling some of this real-time data. So now that was through Sunday morning. This would include if this system produces snow on Saturday. Now let's just take a look at what the GFS is showing just through Wednesday. So see, it's showing about 11 inches maximum potential through Thursday morning. 13.5 for Kansas City through Thursday morning. And again, this is perfect conditions. This is maximum totals. So this is not what I am expecting for us here in West Central Missouri. But so you know, it's showing anywhere between 4 to 6 additional inches of snowfall for Saturday, and that's the wild card right now. We're not sure on Saturday if temperatures are going to be supportive of snow for Saturday. So this is one model. Now let's take a look at the Canadian model. We'll put this back just a little bit. We'll take a look at the Canadian model and see what it has to think about. So we will put this in motion. And we'll put it through Thursday morning. And it's showing right around 6 to 7 inches total through Thursday morning here on the Canadian model. Now let's go ahead and fast forward this to include Saturday and see what it is thinking. Now it's also thinking that we are going to get some snow on Saturday as well, but to the lesser degree. Now it's showing by Sunday morning, West Central Missouri getting anywhere between 8 to 10 inches of snow max. Kansas City close to a foot max. Okay, so that's the Canadian model. Now let's take a look if we have another one. This is going to be 198 hours out. So those two models right there are those are going to be the longest range models that we have right now. That's going to include Saturday. Now we can take a look at. Let's take a look at the European model. Now this will not go all the way out to Saturday, but it does go out through Wednesday. So the European model is showing 7, 8, 9 inches of snow here in West Central Missouri. Lesser amounts down south in the 3 to 5 inch range. Let's take a look at total freezing rain and see if down around, so that's one of the reasons why snowfall totals are down in the European model, is because it's expecting more ice down in southwest Missouri. That would look like does include Springfield. So that's the reason for the lower snowfall totals down to the south, according to the European model. So all in all, all the models are in agreement that number one, we're going to get a couple of winter storms at least here in West Central Missouri. It will have impacts on traveling as we go through this week. We are expecting school closings as we go into Tuesday, Wednesday. My best guess is that we have school out on Wednesday, Thursday throughout West Central Missouri. There's a possibility Tuesday you may not have school either. It's going to kind of depend on, some of the rural schools. They depend a lot on buses in the rural areas. Having a couple inches of snow on the roadways, that could be enough for some of the rural schools to be out on Tuesday. But again, we're only expecting a couple inches of snow through Tuesday, with the big storm system coming in early Wednesday morning around midnight and last throughout the day on Wednesday. So Wednesday, Thursday, right now the TSP is sitting at about a 90% for Wednesday and Thursday, and about 60% for Tuesday. So I'll have a graphic that explains that here. I will be posting on social media and be updating throughout the day today as well. So, Trina, you don't like, I don't like none of the models either, really. What model do you go by most, James asks? Well, that's a great question. So, from season to season, it seems like a particular model does better than the other models. And it can go, springtime thunderstorms. We might have the North American model, the NAM, might do a really good job pinpointing who's going to get the severe weather. Hurricanes, tropical storms, we use a model called the ICON, ICON. It does a very good job of showing locations of where these storm systems are going to go that might produce tropical depression, tropical storms, and hurricanes. For winter storms, last year we used the European. I used the European throughout the entire winter, and it was nearly spot on. So this year, so far, the American model, the GFS, has projected where the storm systems are going to go very, very well. I've been utilizing the GFS pretty much all winter so far, and it's been almost spot on where these storm systems are going to be. Now, none of the models really have been doing a very good job of accumulations, temperature profiles up above our heads. And you know, one if you guys remember back January 5th, 6th, 7th, when Kansas City picked up almost 18 inches of snowfall in some places. You know, all the long-term models, the GFS, the European, the Canadian, all of them was showing about 4 to 6 inches of snowfall for Kansas City and parts of northwest and northwest Missouri, northeast Kansas. And yet they picked up almost 18 inches because of the temperature profiles. Up in Kansas City and northwest Missouri, there were snow ratios where 1 inch of snow was 18 inches, or 1 inch of rain was 18 inches of snow. Those are extremely high snowfall ratios. So, you know, it has been doing a very good job. So, you know, that kind of leads me my takeaway from looking at these models is I am very, very confident we're in the right place at the right time to see impacts due to snowfall here in west central Missouri. The amounts, of course, everybody wants to know, well, hey, how much snow are we going to get? It's going to be an impactful snowfall as we go through the entire week. And that's why you see on the snowfall maps, on the totals of mine, right now I'm showing 4 to 8 inches through Thursday morning for here in west central Missouri. So I'm going to stick with that until I see something that proves me otherwise. So, and a lot of that will come tonight after 10 o'clock when a lot of the short-term models begin to sample real-time data from weather balloons, where we know exactly what the temperature is at, say, 500 feet above our heads, what the temperature is at 1,000 feet above our heads. We'll know for sure because of the weather balloons, and that will help. That will help in the confidence of the models a little bit. So. Kayla says she is going from Clinton to Gladstone Tuesday morning into Tuesday evening. We're going to be dealing with a couple inches of snow. Right now, temperature profiles, Kayla, are not supportive of any ice for us right now. A couple of inches of snow. You know as well as I do, there's a lot of drivers out there that can't drive in a half inch of snow. But this is very well documented. It's we've been talking about it now, been in the news now for the last 3-4 days. So, MoDOT is going to be out there in full force. So, I don't think you're going to have a whole lot of problems. Your biggest issue is going to be Tuesday morning. Because, as the biggest chunk of the snowfall is going to be coming in likely overnight on Monday into Tuesday morning. So, Tuesday morning rush hour could be, just make sure you plan accordingly. Give yourself a little bit of extra time. And but a couple inches of snow on the roadways, and you're going to have to slow it way down, but it is drivable. You're just going to have to play defensive driving out there with all the crazies going 90 mile an hour down the interstate with 2 inches of snow on the road. So just be careful. Leave out plenty of time, and I think you'll be fine for Tuesday morning. Hopefully by Tuesday afternoon, Tuesday evening, MoDOT's been out there 2 or 3 times, and roads are going to be a little bit better Tuesday evening than what you'll see Tuesday morning. It's chilly out there this morning. We got 25 degrees right now. Feels like 16 out there. So it is chilly out there this morning. And again, we take a look at our let's take a look at the temperatures. We'll use a short-term model for that. So we'll take a look at temperatures. That was at about 23, 24 degrees at 6 a.m. And then of course you'll notice the purples and the blues as we go into Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. You'll see that color change dip down into the central part of the United States. That is what you call the Arctic oscillation, is what we look at for the ability of storm systems and the jet stream to pull some of that Arctic air down into the United States. Whenever the Arctic oscillation is poised to be negative value, that means that cold air can be trapped and pushed down by the jet stream into the central part of the United States. And when it's positive, it means that the pressure up at the North Pole is very, very strong. It's very tight knit up there at the North Pole, and the jet stream just can't pull any of that colder air down into the United States. Well, we are seeing beginning next week that the Arctic oscillation is dipping negative, meaning we can expect some colder air to be funneling in, and you can see that right here on this graph too as we go into next week. So you see it's already starting to dip down. We go into Monday, and then we warm up during the day, and then we see it come down even further as we go into, this would be 6 a.m. on Tuesday morning, and it will continue to dive south as we go into next week. So again, we're gonna have some cold temperatures. Several rounds of snowfall for next week. About the only good coming from this is that if we get a nice snow cover over the winter wheat for the farmers, it's going to help protect that winter wheat from these really cold Arctic temperatures coming in toward the middle and end of next week. So hopefully we'll have a few inches of snowfall on top of that winter wheat to help protect it. So, but other than that, I don't see much good coming out of next week. And that's about all the information I got for you guys for right now. Again, kind of depending on how the models look. I will definitely be updating tonight around 10 o'clock. This will be well after the Super Bowl. Once you get home from your Super Bowl parties, you guys can check on our social media platforms on Facebook as well as Twitter, Instagram. You guys can check that out for the latest information. If there is something newsworthy big change in the forecast. I might actually do another live stream this evening. But if things are still on track, what we talk about this morning, then I'll update the forecast on our new SkyTrack forecast live stream that will be on the YouTube channel as well as Subby's West Central Missouri advisory page. That's going to be running from after we get done with this live stream. It's going to be going back up, and it's going to be running throughout the day and all through the night. And I will be updating the forecast as new data comes in on that forecast live stream. So, take for instance, if you have to, say you work third shift and you're going in tonight at 7 o'clock and you take a break at, say, midnight, and you want to check to see if anything had changed, you can jump right onto YouTube or go to the advisory Facebook page, jump on the live stream, and you can see what the current forecast is for West Central Missouri. So I also have Fox Weather Live that I broadcast on there, as well as the latest model data that has come out. So I'll be updating throughout the night on this for you guys, and I think this way we get more information out to more people, regardless of their work schedule, regardless of what time of day it is, when we have impeding weather such as this winter storm coming in for next week. Want to keep you guys updated on all the latest information. So this likely won't be a live stream that will run day in, day out every day. But if we have some significant weather moving into West Central Missouri, I want to make sure everybody has the latest update. And again, if anybody has any questions, concerns, anything like that, feel free to message me on Facebook. I'll go through anywhere between, during significant weather like we're about to have next week, I get more messages. But, I'll answer 30 to 40 messages a day on Facebook. People traveling somewhere, or they're going to be, they want to know what road conditions are, whatever the case may be. Feel free to reach out. That's what I'm here for. You bet, Kevin and James. My pleasure. What else? Now I am. I did get, and of course, we've been kind of focusing in on this storm system. I am also going to be posting this evening. We've gotten several more prizes for our fundraiser raffle that'll be coming up here at the end of the month. You still have a couple. You still got a couple weeks to get in on the raffle. We got some cool new prizes I'll be taking some pictures of and sharing with you guys. We have everything from a brand new home weather station. We've got a signed Reed Timmer softback book, Into the Storm. We have several gift certificates and apparel, and then I'll show you guys some of the new stuff we got in just yesterday. So thank you for all the donors and businesses that have pledged your support, giving us some great prizes. I do have a featured post in Subby's Weather Talk group page on Facebook on how you can enter. We do this every year at the fundraiser because all of the software, all the modeling software, streaming software, the hardware, everything is funded by me personally. So this helps offset some of the expenses that I have throughout the year. Last year, we were nearly 100% covered for everything that we do at Subby's Weather Talk by everybody's generosity. Whether or not it's $1 or whether or not it's, I think my sister mentioned she's already got the $1 million covered. She's supposed to be sending me a check, and I haven't seen that check yet. But any amount helps offset some of the costing on some of this software, and streaming software is outrageous. But I am blessed that you guys support the room. So I will be making a post tonight, and with some of the cool new stuff we have for the raffle. Right now, with the amount of people that have already given to Subby's Weather Talk, right now your odds of winning a prize is well over 100%. So as of right now, if we ended the fundraiser drive, everybody would be winning the raffle prize. So that's awesome. But you can't even come close to those kind of odds, even getting a scratcher ticket. So we got some cool stuff to give away, and I appreciate everybody's support. I'm so happy and blessed that so many of you help support everything we do here at Subby's Weather Talk. Also want to give a big shout out to Radford Media Group. Of course, many of you know I am their chief forecaster, meteorologist for Radford Media Group. And with me being able to be down there, that gives me so many more avenues to be able to get the word out to people when we have significant weather events that's going on here in West Central Missouri. And the sponsors of some of our streams, like our SkyTrack weather forecast, is brought to you by, we've got Mallard's Roadhouse right here in Clinton. Creston and Chad, they do a fantastic job in supporting the radio station and Subby's Weather Talk, for that matter, as they have gracefully donated some gift certificates and clothing from Mallard's Roadhouse for our raffle as well. We've got Gary's Towing. They're also here in Clinton. Great people. I've known them for a long time. They're fantastic people. You sit there, read some of their reviews, and talk about what a great company that you have there at Gary's Towing. If you guys ever need anything from you might need it actually sometime next week if you're not careful. But Gary's Towing, definitely give them a call. 885-HELP. 660-885-HELP is their number. Very easy to remember. And then, of course, Benware Tractor and Automotive. I've worked for Patrick Benware myself. Great company. They're right here in Clinton as well as in Urick. So any of your automotive needs, your agriculture needs, they have everything from oil filters for your BMW to your disc opener blades on your 1790 planter. They have everything. And so appreciate those guys for sponsoring the streams and SkyTrack weather forecast so that we can get this word out to more and more people. So anyway, just want to take a minute to recognize those that help make Subby's Weather Talk possible. And of course, without your all support, a lot of this would not be happening right now. So thank you guys in advance for that. So all in all, guys, we're getting ready to have several storm systems come through next week. We could see several inches of snowfall. So definitely keep updated on all the latest updates through all of our social media platforms, and I will. And again, I'll be constantly updating throughout the weekend. You can catch our SkyTrack live forecast on Subby's West Central Missouri advisory page, as well as my YouTube channel. And so you can sit back on your TV, go to YouTube on your smart TV. You can check out our live SkyTrack forecast. You can, my Katie Plus app on your smart TV. click on that. You can hear my forecast by listening to 95.3 KDKD right from your TV screen. So we've got so many awesome avenues to be able to catch forecasts and catch those important updates for some significant weather events. So very excited about that. Let's see here. Alan, does the weather look okay for the seminar on the 25th? Plus, it's a pleasure to donate. Thanks, Alan. I appreciate that comment. Yes, on the 25th, we are doing a storm spotter class. And this is going to be an official class. It's going to be taught by the meteorologist from the National Weather Service out of Pleasant Hill. You will have an opportunity to be able to get an ID card and a completed class certificate, and you will be able to call into the National Weather Service and be able to give your storm reports wherever you are at. And then we're going to follow that up. I'll be there, of course, emceeing and taking on any questions you might have. So this is really important for the first responders. If you are, say, a volunteer firefighter, if you're on local law enforcement, fire department for the city, this is a great opportunity for you to come and get your certification for a storm spotter class. And I'll be there, of course, to answer any questions. And then on March 4th, in Pettis County, last year we did a severe storm seminar and radar class here in Henry County, and we are taking that on the road over to Pettis County on March 4th over at the Sedalia Junior High School, and it's going to be at 6:30. You can see some of the visuals I put on social media, and we're going to be going over, actually, we're going to be using the storm that affected us here in Henry County last year that did damage. We got some damage pictures. I've got screenshots of what radar looked like at that time, what the velocity radar looked like at that time. So we're going to be utilizing some local information to try to teach how to use radar and how to forecast severe weather. So that's going to be an exciting event as well over there at Pettis County Emergency Management. And again, that's going to be on March 4th at 6:30 at Sedalia Junior High School on March 4th. All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. Just make sure you guys follow all the updates as we go through the course today and tomorrow. I'll be back down at the Weather Center first thing in the morning early, giving all the updates there at Radford Media Group on air and on social media. So make sure you guys stay tuned for that as well. So that's all for me for right now, guys. Stay weather aware, and we'll be talking to you all very